Let us go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Magnatha, we have our blue Terran player for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg player himself from the land of Finland. It is Mixu. It's Cyril's firstborn. Let's go. As Mixu, he is here. He is returned, I should say. Nicoract well rested. Nicoract coming into this, when it comes to his TvZ matchup, he is typically very assertive and very aggressive. We have seen him go for some very interesting 2-base all-ins, like bio-base, like 5 to 6 Raxes, 2-base all-in with strong stun timings, strong 1-1 timings. We've also seen Nicoract embrace mech. Specifically, there is a build that he goes for where he rushes into BC, into Hellion BC to dive on Queens to overwhelm as well. But something that's important about both things that I just mentioned is that it's very aggressive. When he plays mech, he doesn't play this like slower form of mech. He doesn't play standard battle mech. Usually his goal is to hit fast, to hit early. When I say early, I mean like 2 bases. Despite that though, we're loading into Magnatha. Magnatha is one of the larger maps in the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, aggression. It's a little bit more difficult to pull off here on a larger map like Magnatha. So is Nicoract going to go for that? Is he going to play standard instead? Nicoract, he can play standard. He can play up to 3 base. He can 8 ranks, of course, and try to play at a longer normal standard game as well. It's a little bit rarer from Nicoract, but it's definitely a possibility for him. He's flexible enough to play that style as well. You know, he's not like Hard Mono. He's like, who's just, and we'll cast him later on tonight, but who's like pure cheese. No. He's not at that level. It's typically in your face. As Nicoract moves out across the map. Just SCV scouting. Behind this, going for a standard opener. He is one to go to Axe Reaper, but not this time, not this game. No 2-rack setup. Mixu moves out to expand to claim a 3rd base. Nicoract is here to delay. So nice delay. His SCV is on patrol, but a 2nd drone moves out, and Mixu will expand. There you go. Mixu forced to expand at the 3rd base location, at the triangular 3rd location, and the drone does get away. The drone from the left. Now, because of the base that was taken, this does make it easier for drop play and for harassment to kind of bounce between the bases, referring to Banshee play or just drop play in general. Can be a little bit more awkward to defend. Likewise, the base is also more exposed. The base on the left-hand side has this ramp, has the high ground advantage. There's no such advantage here on the right-hand side, as there are multiple angles of attack with the center path and the right-hand path as well. So, just in general, just a more exposed location. So we'll see if Nicoract can make use of that. So it does pull away. Behind this, we do have a second. There it is. Second factory. Now, we did speak about how Nicoract, he is one to whip out mech. But to be fair, when we brought up the possibility of mech, we spoke about this BC-based opener where he goes BC Hellion, then into mech. Here, there is no starport, just going straight up second factory into the tech lab, into battle mech. Oh boy. Now with this, we're going into not Macfield accelerators, we're rushing into Blue Flame. So again, this is a more unique style, as it is much more common to go into Macfield, to go into Cyclone production. Here, for the time being, it is going to be Mass Hellion to try to catch, ideally, Mixu off guard. So for now, building up his Mass Hellion. Overlord Scout is denied. Mixu sees nothing. Going lair first. Slightly earlier lair timing, but lair first here out of Mixu. 3rd factory is on the way. Jesus. Getting into his 3rd factory. And we'll see when Mixu is able to piece this all together. So far, getting up to 6 to 8 Hellions is it's normal. Getting up to that many Hellions is normal. Is standard. It's upon seeing any more than that, 10 to 12 Hellions, then you realize something is wrong. Likewise, Blue Flame obviously is going to be a tell. So Blue Flames is almost done. we go, finishing up in 12 seconds. Ideally, Nicoract, he does not want to attack anytime soon. He doesn't want to show his hand. So we have additional Hellions coming in. We're up to 11. Soon to be 13. More factories now getting to Macfield. Blue Flame is done, and he is about to reveal his hand. He's going for the dive. Yeah, he's diving in, going straight for the natural. Things are trying to move forward, but there's not enough Zerglings here. Blue Flame is revealed. We try to wall off, but too little too late. He gets into the middle line. Ooh, he does bust in. Once again, the Evo Chamber is denied. No, he gets in the drones. Get out of here. He tries to wall off multiple times, but he cannot get the Evo Chambers. Drones are getting roasted, and we're not done. We're going further into the main. We're going further in. Drones are getting annihilated here. They're lining up as well. Oh my god. 24 drone kills. That is critical damage. We're still not done. We're still not done. Getting up to 27. 27 drones going down. And behind this, we still have more Hellions. Nicoract, he's ready for a Link counterattack. If Mixu, he was forced to make all these Zerglings, Roach Warren is not yet done. It only just now began. Again, Mixu, he had no idea that it was going to be mech. And sure, he has all these Zerglings to counterattack, but that's what the Blue Flame Hellions are for. There's plenty of them. These Lings, they cannot get much done across the map. Nicoract, he's safe. Nicoract, he's safe at home, and he deals damage across the map. Behind this, still embracing his battle mech, building up more Hellions, more Cyclones, and Mixu is playing from behind. As Mixu, the Roach Warren is still on the way, still working towards +1 range. At this point, Nicoract, he doesn't need to dive into a mineral line. Like, right now, he's just focusing on creep denial. Like, Nicoract, he's already ahead, so just deny creep, play it safe, don't overextend, don't get surrounded. There is a chance here that if Nicoract goes too far into creep, the Ling Bane can come in from behind and we can land some good connections and clean this up. So Nicoract, he has to respect the creep, has to respect the Ling Bane. Behind this, double armory, double upgrades. Speaking of respecting Ling Bane, likewise, Mixu has to respect the power of the Hellions. Yeah, it bleeds out too much, and Nicoract, he can break through. At this point, he can break through. Meanwhile, Bailing counterattack, 16 SCV. Okay, let's go. 16 SCVs going down. Nicoract, he was distracted. To be fair, so was I. As Nicoract, he's pushing forward. Again, very nice run by. He's getting it. We're running out of Zerglings here to defend. Yeah, the lock-ons are brutal. More Roach is going to be going down. And this might just be too much. The damage was nice, but it feels like it's too little too late. It feels like Nicoract, he's already reached this kind of place where, this place where he has an army, where he has an overwhelming force of battle mech. And he's done it. He's broken the base. He's broken the expansion. GG gets called. And Nicoract, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, Mixu, it was impressive that he was able to counterattack, but he had already lost over 26. It was 27 drones going down. The damage was already dealt, and the army was already there. You know, it was too late. By the time he had already dealt that economic damage, it was already a massive force of Hellions, of Cyclones. And on top of that, because he had gone for that counterattack, there was that much less to defend back at home. And alas, Mixu, he was broken. He was broken, he was torn apart. With that, Nicoract takes the lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Nicoract showcasing mech here. He can play bio, he does often play bio, but now it's kind of opened the door here. He could play the same style, could play something different. We'll see if Mixu this time can scout. A lot of that previous game came down to scouting. Not even necessarily going into the bases to scout the production, but even having an Overlord in a main attack path to see the additional Hellions just to give Mixu a couple of extra seconds. Remember, a really crucial part about what happened during the first wave of aggression, during the first dive with the Hellions, is that Mixu, he was desperately trying to wall off, and he almost did. I want to say that there were like 4 different instances where he tried to throw down Evo Chambers, and he barely couldn't in time, and he couldn't block off his main, he couldn't block off his natural. Again, if given a couple of extra seconds, there's a chance, there's a world out there where he would have walled off. For now though, let's go. Let's get in. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have our blue Terran player leading the series 1-0. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Finnish Zerg player. We have the red Zerg down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Mixu. As we get into this, oh, hello. Okay. We are going for a delayed gas geyser. That's crazy. Big shout out to Ponyo in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great time. Hope you had a great ladder session, I'm assuming. Ponyo. God, amiga. Good to see you. I see in the chat, is this live or a restream? Live. I mean, the command already gave you a response, but typically I think in our 5+ years of casting StarCraft, I think we've had a restream once. We've had a restream once on this channel, so restreams are insanely rare on this channel. If you're referring to like a replay cast, if there is a replay cast going on, we will typically say so. In a sense, actually, I should emphasize, this is a live broadcast of replays, but we don't know the results. So technically, hold on, I'll add that to the title. Technically, which is why we can, gamba. We can gamba, man. We can gamba. Oh, did I actually open predictions? There we go. Jesus. I was so engrossed in the first game that I forgot. But yes, predictions are open. Predictions are open. You can place your bets. Less than ideal to have predictions open mid-series, but I'll do a better job at making sure they're open at the start of the series. Just a little bit distracted for now. 2x Reaper. 2x Reaper here out of Nicoract. But the way that OSC Rising Star works is that the players, they do host their matches ahead of time, and then they submit their replays, and then bam, we come in for a cast once a week. So once a week we come in to cover the matches that were played. Bearing in mind this event is going to last around 2 months, maybe 3 months. It's a big tournament, and the OSC mid-season playoffs are the same way, just because there are so many matches going on. As hopefully we can, there we go. As the third base is going to be denied. Remember, Mixu, he delayed his gas. Remember, Mixu, he did open up with delayed gas, which means link speed is more delayed than usual, which means these Reapers, they have a greater presence than usual as well. Typically, link speed is a moment where these Reapers lose map control, and you can chase them down, but there is no link speed. We have the gas for it, but we're not researching it, so there's nothing to threaten the Reapers. Like, they're just free to do whatever they want. Oh boy. Yeah, the Reapers have free reign. Behind this, we have a stim timing on the way. We have stim in production. Factory as well. He's under fire. And this is just a really rough start here for Mixu, as he shouldn't lose the third base, but he has to fight hard for it. As the queens are getting low, this is going to impact the defense as well. Bearing in mind we have a very strong stim timing. We have a 2-1-1 follow-up here out of Nicoract. Has figured out a way to free up time for himself by utilizing the powers of AI. True, it wouldn't take too much for like an AI to replace me, to be honest. I have too many catchphrases. Like, I have too many sayings. Like, I think we floated the idea of there being like a light soundboard, like like not like this. The pants are down. I have too many phrases like that. You just soundboard it up. Like you're good to go. Ah, no. What's the other one? What's the other one that I've been saying a lot recently? I've been trying to cut down on there's one that happens when someone gets a good trade. I think it's like massive pickup. I think I've been saying that a lot recently. Yeah. These little phrases. Soundboarded up. As we do see Lings collapsing enemy. Finally, Link speed does kick in. Let's go. Does kick in, does surround, does clean up the initial Reaper Hellion. This is nice and all, but remember, it's not about the Reaper Hellion. It's about the 2-1-1. It's about the sim timing, Pappy. Let's go. So a nice start here from, or a nice follow-up at a Mixu, able to deal with that army. He's from here still trying to recover. We have the Evo Chamber on the way, getting to 1-1 upgrades, getting into Ling Bane. Thankfully, this time it is going to be Bio, but Nicoract, he is moving out. Here comes the move out. Here comes the push. Brutal. There you go. Yeah, one of those. Ah. Okay, he does stim in. Sims in, catching out a couple of Overlords. Queen goes down as well. We spoke earlier how low the Queens were. Getting 1, getting 2, getting 3 Queens already. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Mixu just cannot engage. He has no Banelings ready, and this is ending the game. This is just too much. He gets what, 5, 6 Queens? Yeah, every Queen goes down. Mixu, he overdrone. He has 76 workers. Heavily overdrone. What? The pants were down, baby. GG gets called as Mixu drones up to 76. There was no ground army. There was no support. And we spoke about it. Again, it wasn't about the Reaper Hellion. It was about the 2-1-1. And it just straight up ends the game. GG. GG, well played. And Nicoract will claim it 2-0. GG. A little bit of an abrupt ending just because Mixu, he was able to, for the most part, catch up. He was able to catch up, able to try to stabilize. Unfortunately, just overdroned, and he did not respect the follow-up here. Again, it's very common to go for a 2-1-1 after a 2-Rax Reaper opener because you already have a second Rax, right? You already have a second Rax, so it's very common for that stim timing follow-up. Mixu should have been aware that it was there, but again, maybe a little bit distracted, maybe a little bit on autopilot. He was droning instead. GG. GG. Maybe a little bit overconfident after he caught all the Hellions. True. Maybe a little bit overconfident. But with that, GG well played. Nicoract, he will claim the series. He will take down Mixu 2-0. And with that, we'll advance on into the third round. Let's go. Does advance on to the third round. Again, if you're a fan of Mixu, if you're a fan of Hatsu, remember they are still in the tournaments. They just get knocked down to the lower portion of the bracket. They're still there. They'll still be back. And I'm sure we'll see them later on in the coming weeks, in the coming months, in the OSC Elite Rising Star. For now, though, we have our next matchup again, back to back. We have 7 best of 3s tonight. Up next, we have Honmono versus Papi. Este Papi. Let's go.